Our next step is to make sure that these are sorted properly. Now remember, we need to sort by the date of the tour in ascending order. So right now we have it going from August to September and then back to earlier in September. So it's obvious that this isn't being sorted right. If we look up in our settings, we have a group called Sort Criteria. And right now it's being sorted by post date, which is the date that the content was created. Let's go ahead and add a new sort by the date column. I'm going to click Add, and I'm going to search for date. And we don't want the post date. We don't want the updated date, which is the last date that the content was modified. We don't want the created date for the revision if we're using revisions. And now we're here with a prefix of fields, and it's dates, and it has the key of field dates, and it appears in the tour node. So this looks good, except there's two options that are like this, and the only difference is this last part here, one of which says format, one of which says value. Now we want to sort on the value rather than the formatting type for this particular piece of content. So let's go ahead and click this one, and let's click Add and Configure Sort Criteria. Let's look at the options here real quick. We can expose this sort to visitors, allowing them to change it. And if this is checked, then a form will display above our view, which will allow users to either select options or input their own options to filter the results. We don't want to do that. We're just displaying a list of the results. We can select to sort ascending or sort descending. For this, we want to go ahead and sort ascending because we want the tours that are about to happen to show up first and the ones that are later down the road to show up last. And we'll go ahead and leave the More section as is and click Apply. Now, in order for this new sorting order to work, we need to remove the previous sorting order. So we have our post date here and our new one for the date field here. Now we need to remove the first one. So let's click on this drop down right here and select Delete. This shows a list of the different sort criteria that we have. Let's go ahead and remove the one for post date right here. And now we have our single item. I'm going to go ahead and click Apply. And now let's take a look at our calendar one more time. So even though we've selected the right sort criteria, we know that it should be sorting in ascending order. We see that the sorting is still off. It goes from August to September, which is right, but then back to the beginning of September. So the reason for this is that we're sorting in alphabetical order. And with dates, alphabetical order doesn't work quite right because it's sorting numerically. The number 1 right here comes before 3. And so even though it says 12, it's looking at the 1 and sorting it before the first number that appears here. So what we really need at this point is a new field that allows us to set a real date rather than type in date in a text area. And we can do that with the date module.